Hello everybody. Today we are gonna talk about the Painter, a software that is used to produce painterly renderings out of photographs. So here I got a picture coming from Pixabay. Let's look at the size. The size is 1920 by 1279. 1920 is the default size for Pixabay when you download. So we're gonna use that. First thing to do is to get rid to smooth the image. So let's do that. So I use filter blur, median blur. You could use something else, but I like that one. And you apply it several times. So filters, blur, median blur. Okay. Filters, blur, median blur. Maybe I'll do it 5 times. Okay. Median blur. Okay. And then you export as content underscore image dot png. Export, and then we're gonna start the process. Okay, so let's go into the directory when I'm running the Painter, which is this one, and you should have an input file called thepainter underscore input.txt. I'm gonna edit it. Here I'm using Notepad++, which is very good, but you can use whatever you want. So this is the reference image. The next two, that's the initial canvas. So I think there is 01, 02, 03. I think 01 is white, 02 is gray, 03 is black. Here, this is the most important. Here I have 8 brushes, but I'm just going to use one for now. Okay, so here that means I use one brush. This is the brush radius, 128. It relates to the brush stroke width. So if the radius is 128, the width is going to be twice that number, which is 256. This is the opacity strength. Right now I'm using full opacity strength, 1. This is the R threshold, the 64. I use 64. I think it's a good number for pretty coarse paintings. This number, what you do is that you just give a number between 0.5 and 1 at random, and you do that for each brush you use. So here it's 0.65, but I mean I can put 0.57, doesn't matter. And 0 is the index into the brush list that you're going to use. Here I'm only using one brush, which is this one, the brush 01. So here the index is 0 because there's only one. So let's run that. So let's save this one and let's run the Painter. Basically what I'm trying to do at this point is to run the Painter with decreasing brush sizes until the result doesn't look painterly. So I want to be full opacity as much as I can. So let's look at the result of that one. Yeah, so open as layer. This is the result, that one. So let's open that one. Okay, hold on. Let's go back to 50%. Okay. So that's my result. Clearly I need to put more brushes. Okay, so now let's do 2 brushes. The next one is gonna be 64 for the brush radius. So paste. So now it's gonna be 64. The rest the same except here. So anything between 0.5 and 1, just to mix it up. 0.72. That's good. Let's save and let's run. Yeah, let's run. So I have to go back. The painter, this one, and let's run. Boom. So let's wait until it's done. Okay, it's done. So let's load it. This is the new. Okay, so I think we can add another brush. So now we're gonna go to 3. Oh no, I don't want that. So copy, paste, and we're gonna go to 32, full opacity, and here I'm gonna put 0.64, no, 61. So let's save that one and run it. That's okay. What happens is that as the brush size goes down, you may want to reduce the opacity, otherwise it's going to look weird, and I'll show you. Okay, it's done. Let's open as layer the next results. Okay, so yeah, it's starting to look a bit strange, but I can try to do another brush at full opacity. Let's try that. So I'm gonna do 4, and here I'm gonna go to 16 at full opacity. Let's do full opacity for now, and here I'm gonna put some let's put 77. So let's save that and run it. Okay, the painter. Well, the problem is that when the brush size becomes small, you're gonna see some the brush strokes are gonna be so much more visible when they are small, because it's usually the brush color is going to be completely different from the background, so it's really gonna jump at you. Okay, so it's done. Okay, so let's load that. You see, it looks weird. So this is why I usually change the opacity at this point. So for the 16, I'm going to reduce the opacity to 0.3. And let's rerun it. Yeah, let's rerun it. Okay, it's done. Let's look at the result. So okay, so it's it should be okay, because now I'm gonna go with another layer of brush, another layer of smaller brush. So let's keep going. So let's copy this one and do 8. So I'm gonna go with 8. Let's keep 0.3 and here put, let's say 0.65, and it's gonna be 5. Save, and let's run that. What you can also do is reduce the length of the brush, and for that you can use the other brush, which is called brush 01 underscore half length, I think. I'm not sure. I would have to go back to the directory where they are stored. Okay, so it's done. So let's look at that. Okay, I think we can add another one. Oops, let's add another one, the last one probably, 6, and we're gonna go to 4. So 4, and let's do 72, let's say. Okay, so 6. Let's save, and let's run it. Yeah, so let's look at the other brushes. Okay, so where is my stuff? It would be here, the painter, texture. Oh, it's called half width. Oh, okay, so this is okay. So this is the brush 01. It looks like this, and the half width is just half of that. So if I go into half width, it's the same brush cut in half along the width. Okay, so it's the same brush cut in half. And what happens is that when you use that brush, the strokes are much shorter, and they don't clash as much with the background. So okay, so this is done. So let's look at what happened. Open as layer, the latest one. Okay, so I kind of like that one. So I'm at 50%. So that looks pretty painterly in my book. Let's zoom to 100%. So that's how it looks. What you can do is that if you want to increase the effect, if you want to see the brush strokes better, you can go into enhance, and you can do sharpen, unsharp mask. That will really increase the effect. So it's gonna look like this. So maybe it's too much. Okay, so it depends what you like. I kinda like that one, I don't know. But there's so many things you can do. I mean, you can create your own brush. What you do is that you Google oil brush PNG, or you Google acrylic brush PNG, and you're gonna get tons of hits. So you can make your own brush. So if I go back to the brush, to the brushes, okay, let me go back. So the painter, texture. So this, oh, there is a brush. Oh no, I think this is this one I added, so it's not part of the install. So brush 01, let's go back. So this is how it looks like, the opacity. So the blacker the grayscale value, the more transparent it is. So, and what I do for the bumpity, don't worry about the bumpity map, you just use the same one, just copy it. See, it's the same thing. But you can create your own brush. And as I said before, if you want to reduce the length of the brush, you can use the half width brush. Which is the same but cut in half along the width. So that's going to give you smaller brushes in terms of length. So for instance, like here you have a pretty long brush stroke. If you had used the half width brush, it would have been a smaller brush stroke. So I think you get the idea. I'm sure there are many things you could do to improve, and I think I could probably improve the software a little bit, but I'm quite happy with the results. So there you are. That was my little tutorial on the painter. So if you like those videos and if you want me to make more, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I will make more videos, whatever you want among the software, among the pieces of software I offer. Ask me what you want to see and I'll probably do it. Alright, bye now.